This is Swiss and Chips, your British guide to Switzerland. Hello, welcome to Swiss and Chips. I'm Jo.
And I'm Simon.
And we're coming to you with another episode where our daughter may be heard in the background. She has just woken up and is squeaking a little bit, so if you hear extremely cute noises, that's her. There you go. Yep. She also sneezes sometimes.
That's a cough. Anyway. And today we're gonna talk about
becoming Swiss.
Yes.
It's part of a mini-series that we have.
Yeah, but it's part like 4 or 3 or 2? Okay, we don't know.
So it's part of a mini-series we have on becoming Swiss. And if you're hearing this for the first time, then you can go back and look at all the previous episodes they're tagged. So you can follow my whole process of becoming Swiss from beginning, hopefully to end.
Yes, give us a quick summary what happened so far. Very quick.
Well, so far I've been in Switzerland for more than 10 years, which is how long you need to be here to apply to become Swiss. And last year, on the 10-year anniversary, I started the process off.
So you made your test as well, didn't you?
There's quite a few things that you have to do. And in the previous episodes, I explain all of them in detail. It differs depending on where you live in the country. And we're talking about in the city of Bern, very specifically.
And after the Swiss citizenship test, which you passed,
now
you have to do lots of stuff, what we are going to talk about today.
Exactly.
So what is that exactly?
Yeah, so I fulfilled all of the preconditions to become Swiss. And really, that's all the kind of warm-up work that you have to do. What I did once I had all of these kind of certificates and preconditions in place is that I made an appointment at the Becoming Swiss office, the naturalization office. She's very loud today. And I went along and said, I've got all of my certificates, I've done the language exam, I've been here 10 years, what next? And they said, okay, now you get the form. And this is really the form of all forms that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Which means, how many pages? What did you have to do exactly?
Yeah. So basically, they want to know where have you lived in Switzerland? What jobs have you had? What qualifications do you have? You need to give 3 references of 3 people who live in the same Gemeinde as you who are Swiss.
And what should they do, these 3 people, if you give them?
Well, they're references, basically. So they might be contacted to tell the people about you. I don't know exactly what they're going to ask them yet because it hasn't happened yet. But they need to be someone who knows you personally and who's known you for a long time. They will kind of speak on your behalf and say, yes, she deserves to become Swiss.
So obviously you pick like friends, or who can you pick?
You can't pick a direct relative or family member. And you also apparently can't pick your boss because they will be contacted later in the process for something which I don't know about yet.
Got it.
Yeah. But it can be people you work with or someone who lives in your building that maybe knows you really well, a friend, something like that.
So you prepare them and you say like, you might get contacted, please be nice.
Exactly, yeah.
And then what else?
I think the most difficult part was, there was quite a few tricky things, basically. I had to order, not a copy, but another original extract as such of my birth certificate from England, which was quite difficult during the pandemic because some of the offices were shut and weren't sending them. But I managed to do it, so that was great. I also needed another copy of my postgraduate diploma certificate, which was also quite difficult to get because of the pandemic. But I got it. You know, you have to collect various official documents from places, and quite often they want an original. And for every qualification you've had throughout your entire life from school, you need a copy of all of those qualifications, all of those certificates. And you also need to list every job that you've had since you've lived in Switzerland. So if you've had a few, that obviously takes quite a while. The boxes are very small and you have to be very precise.
So just to be clear, or to be more precise, how many forms did you fill out, or how long did it take? How many pages, and so on and so on? How much time did you need to do all of these?
So in the end, I handed in 54 pages.
5-4.
5-4, yes.
Wow.
But it's not that there are 54 pages of forms. You know, there's also all of my GCSEs, A-levels, etc. All the certificates for that.
So is it a very long form, or are you extremely CV?
Well, when I handed them in the office, the woman did seem quite impressed.
Very good.
But it could just be because I took my exams at various different places, so I had lots of bits of paper.
Right, so all the forms done, and then the next step was?
Yes. So the other thing I wanted to say was you also need these kind of certificates to confirm the different places you've lived in Switzerland.
Got it, like different Gemeinde.
Yeah, or different cantons. I lived in Zurich for a while, so I had to get one from there. And lots of this you have to do by post. So when you think you've met all the preconditions, you go to the Office for Naturalisation and they give you the form and a list of all the things that you need to collect now. And it's new things that weren't listed on their website before.
Got it.
And they give you a form that you then have to send by post to the place, and they send something back to you by post. So all of this takes quite a long time. It's kind of administrative work.
And you can start that process before or when?
Exactly on the day when you've been here 10 years. You can make an appointment, go to the office and say, I'm ready. What do I need to do?
Okay.
And they tell you. But you can't do it before,
Okay.
as I found out. So we had lots of bits of paper all over our dining room table for a while I was collecting various things and trying to gather all the bits and bobs together. And I could have done this last year, to be honest, but it takes quite a lot of effort and time to get all the bits together. Anyhow, I finally got all of the bits together. I rang the office again and they said, great, bring it in. And I thought you might be able just to send it in the post, but you have to take it in. And this is why. When you get there, they go through the form with you, page by every page, turning it over and looking at it in detail. And they make little changes with you. Because the people who are going to assess it want everything to be absolutely perfect. And for example, I had only written my first name and my last name on the front and back of every page, but I also had to write my middle name. So I went through and wrote that 54 times while in the office, for example.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, but that's quite good. So they help you with every single point. So you're sure that everything is filled out correctly.
The person in the office, she went through everything and looked at it all with me and said, you know, we should make this more precise, or we should change that, or it needs to be in this order because, you know, she knows that they need it like that because they look at so many different applications.
Yeah.
It has to be exactly right.
And were they nice or?
She was really nice. Yeah, we had a great chat. She's very friendly. Spent a long time with me actually looking at the form, asking some questions about where I'm from, you know, very chatty. And we also talked a little bit about the Swiss citizenship test. That's a tongue twister. Because, you know, it has this reputation for being so difficult. And she said to me, you know, was it that hard? And I said, it wasn't actually that hard. You only have to get 60% to pass, I think. And in the end, it's not
Yeah,
too
some
difficult.
questions
Don't be
are
afraid.
hard, but...
When you only have to get 60%, it doesn't matter if you don't know.
Oh, now I remember. We made one episode about that.
We did, yeah, exactly. So check that out if you're planning on doing it.
We'll link it in the show notes, hopefully, if we don't forget.
So just to sort of bring it to an end, what's happening now is they sent a confirmation in the post to me to say they've got my application. I have a caseworker who's been assigned to me. But because they've had so many applications, they said, don't expect to hear from us for the next 6 months.
6 months. All right. And then what's going to happen? You already know.
They'll get in contact with me and I think they'll ask me for a few more things. I don't know exactly what's yet, but it depends. They might, I'm not sure. But in the office, they said they'll look at my application and see what else they want to know about, basically, and ask me for some more stuff.
But when this interview is coming up, huh?
Exactly. And once they've got everything they need paperwork-wise, then I'll be invited to the panel interview.
All right.
Very exciting.
Yeah, that will be exciting. We'll definitely keep you posted on that.
Yeah.
And if anyone has questions or anything, they can send it to us via email at hello@swissandchips.com or just get in touch on Twitter or wherever you want. Also in our Facebook group, which is called
Switzerland for English Speakers.
Exactly. So then we come to our last bit, which is learning Swiss German with the Swiss and Chips, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Today, I've got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Just so you know, out there, you are listening. Joe doesn't know what I prepare. Prepare is
So it seems.
Prepare is a bit much said. What I thought we could talk about today. But I've got a question for you. There is, what would you like to hear? One would be for beginners, or the other one would be for extremely advanced.
Let's have beginners, first of all.
Then someone else we talk about, the advanced one.
Okay.
The beginners is Happel.
Happel.
Yes, what's a Happel?
Oh, is this going to happen every week? You quiz me on a Swiss German word.
Yes.
Oh, no. Happel. Is it a stone?
Almost.
Really?
You can eat it. Looks like a stone.
A truffle?
No. A Hardapfel is the long word.
A potato?
Yes, very good.
Nice. A Happel.
Yes, Happel is short for Hardapfel, which is for Kartoffel in High German, or potato.
Potato.
Yeah, exactly. And just one more thing about Happel.
Yeah.
This can also be used as slang for you are rubbish. So you are a potato. Like potato head, probably.
Yeah, du bist ein Kartoffelkopf.
Du bist ein Happel. Das ist ein Happel.
Du bist ein Habel. Excellent. I'm going to remember that.
Or das ist ein Happel. In playing like a football game or something, you could say, oh, he is a Happel. Very good.
Cool, like it.
Use it and use it wisely.
Use it and abuse it, please. Let us know if you use Habel in your week.
Perfect.
Cool, so thanks for listening, and we'll be back soon with another episode of Swiss and Chips.
Bye.
Bye.